selfie sort of, right? And they're reading into it saying that there's a tattoo that says Kim.
Yeah, he has a few tattoos, a few cute ones, that he got. But this one is it's not, that one, the Kim one isn't a tattoo. It's actually a branding.
So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. I'm a firm believer that when a relationship is over, it's over. There's no need to get any counseling. There's no need to try to save it. There's no need to try to recover what was lost. It's done. And when it's done, a man has to move on, especially if you're in a position of power where you've made yourself into the most alpha version of yourself and you've attained the level of success only dreamt about by the majority of people on the planet. And even more, when a man that the woman has moved on to shows himself to be the absolute weakest kind of man, what are you upset about? Take this lesson from Kanye West. Never be upset when a woman hits the wall and has to move on to a lesser man. And I mean lesser in every way. Pete Davidson has Kim Kardashian's name tattooed on his chest, and her divorce isn't even final yet. But wait, it's not a tattoo at all. It's even worse. Now, when this story first surfaced, man, I wasn't even going to talk about it because men get women's name tattooed on them all the time. That's no big deal. That's nothing. You get the woman's name tattooed on you, you get the tattoo covered up, you get the tattoo removed now. With modern technology, there's a many of things you can do. So many men get crazy tattoos. Gucci Mane had an ice cream cone on his face. He got it off. This is just what men do when they're young. But it goes a step deeper when you treat yourself like a human cow and allow this woman's name to be branded on you. You know what I mean? The type of brand that the fraternities do. You see the Omegas with the brand on their arm. You see the Alphas with the brand on their arm. You see the Sigmas with the brand on their arm. This is not something you do for another man's wife. So let's take a look at this video, man, and we'll come back and chop it up on a real tip.
Hey, speaking of posting, you just went official with Pete on Instagram. So congratulations.
Thank you. I guess it's like not official until you post.
You what?
I guess it's not official
until you post. It's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel to you like that was something that you needed to do just to get it out of the way? Like it was people were waiting to see that, or?
No, I have the cutest pictures of us, and I want to be like, oh my God, we're so cute, and I want, but then I'm like, don't be so desperate. Don't be posting so much. Just give a glimpse, but. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Like I haven't dated since before Instagram existed. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I know
what the rules are.
First of all, as I say to you all the time, I just want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy, and I'm happy that you're happy. That's all that matters.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah,
it feels good. I encourage my friends and the people that I love just to be happy, and I went for it. I was like, you know what? I'm in my 40s. Like, sorry. Like, just go for it. Find your happiness.
Yeah.
And I went for it, and I took my time, and I found it, and it feels so good, and I want to hold on to that forever.
Yeah. He posted this the selfie sort of, right? And they're reading into it saying that there's a tattoo that says Kim.
Yeah, he has a few tattoos, a few cute ones, that he got. But this one is it's not, that one, the Kim one isn't a tattoo. It's actually a branding. Okay, first tattoo we got, I was like, oh, so cute. Thank you. Oh my God. So, second, whatever. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. But the branding is my name.
Right.
So we're not going to talk about the myriad of tattoos he has in her honor. We're just talking about the brand of another man's wife's name on your chest while you sitting here playing beta male stepdad. But we're not going to even talk about Pete anymore. This is about Kanye. Why are you allowing yourself to be put in this position by a woman who has hit the wall and has given you the one thing that a woman can give you, and that is children, that is offspring. And now she's moved on to a lesser man. Why? Because the demands of being with a high caliber man, the demands of being with a man who has made himself into the most alpha version of himself, the demands of being with a man who has a level of success that most people only dream of are rough. And it takes a well made up mind to stay in that boat. Because you have a man who totally changed this woman's life, took the lead in her life, what she wore, how she presented herself, what pictures she took. She didn't have any freedom with Kanye, and rightfully so. When you have a wife, your wife is not a free spirit. Your wife is an extension of yourself in every way. And this woman hit the wall and remembered the time she was still in the streets. See, you can take a woman out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the woman. You simply can't do that. Many men believe you can. Many men want to try to do that. But it always ends this exact same way. She's back to the streets with men who elevate her, prioritize her, and pedestalize her, and do whatever they can to make her feel like the queen of the earth. This is what the majority of women who have spent time in the streets, this is what they want, the overwhelming majority. So what Kanye has to do, instead of getting banned from IG because he won't leave these people alone, bruh, move on with your life. Don't listen to chumps like DL Hughley talking about, well, she picked a younger, no, she picked a dude who was a simp. She picked a dude who would let her do whatever she wants to do. But DL probably doesn't understand that because his wife probably has the same power. She can do whatever she want to do. He's buddy with Steve Harvey. We know that Margie can do whatever she wants to do. But Kanye ran a tight ship. But he ran that ship with a woman who was not used to being out to sea that long. I'm surprised that it lasted as long as it did. Because you can take a woman out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the woman. No matter how much you try, no matter how much you think you can, you're eventually going to find out that that woman is better suited for a lesser man. And Pete Davidson is that lesser man. So I want you men to take heed to this. Never, as long as you live, try to take a woman out of the streets. It's the same thing that happened with Megan Good. Devon Franklin tried to take her out of the streets. She didn't want to be out of the streets. She wanted to be back in the streets. She's running out of time. If you notice, when these women get older, they want to go back to who they were because they've tried being out of the streets and they just get more excitement from being in the streets. Now they accomplish less, but they're ready to get back in the streets. This is just what it is. And there are several other of these celebrity guys who are married to these women who are eventually going to go back to the streets. Some of them are going to be shockers, but this is just what's going to happen. Why is it going to happen? Because the laws of nature, the laws of interaction between male and female are etched in stone. We don't get to come along now in our generation and change them. They've never been changed before. They're not going to be changed now. The only thing that's going to be changed is the result of those men who think they can change the laws of nature, the laws of male-female interaction. You can't change it. So Kanye is at the point where he better just step away. The woman can't keep your children from you, man. You got billionaire net worth, man. Put your money where your mouth is. Get your visitation, settle down, do what you got to do. The woman got plenty of paper, so you probably ain't gonna lose a whole lot of paper. Just go ahead, move on with your life. It's over. And even if you could salvage it, why would you want to? Why would you want to salvage a marriage with a woman who's traipsing around in public with this lesser guy? And I know some beta male man Johnny gonna come in here and say,
"We're gonna be away. Let me tell you something. You don't know nothing about what you're talking about, let it be away. If that woman wanna roam, you let her roam long and she gonna come back home, let it be away. Let me tell you something. The game has changed. Once upon a time, the man could roam and come back home, but now, let it be away. Let me tell you. Now the woman has the power to roam, and you better let her come back home and go. Don't you close that gate, you let her in that yard, and you leave that doggy door open so that woman can slide back up in the house, let it be away. That's what a real man does, let it be away. You ain't no real man. That's why I'm going.
unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker. Before you go, let me tell you this. No matter what you say or think, the bottom line is the game has not changed. You guys have just become weaker. You guys have become more passive. You guys have become more emotional, and you guys have started to develop less value in yourself. Like, you don't think you have value. As a matter of fact, you're sure you don't have value. And not only are you sure you don't have value, you don't even want to have value. You are perfectly okay with being in a situation where you are being dominated in every single way in your relationship. And you're okay with that. You pay the cost to be the boss, and then you be the worker. Who does that? You guys. So I say this, man. You can try all you want to. But when we talk about things like body count and reputation and all of these things, those are things that tie a woman to the streets. And we don't want to take a woman out of the streets, because you can never, as long as you live, close the gateway that she'll take right back to the streets. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.